Now I'm set. All right, soften. Stepping out, comfortable stance. And let's gather. Breathing in. Breathing out, gently sink. Filling your lungs. Let your belly expand. And then emptying. Let all of that air out again. Gently sinking. Turning the palms. We're breathing in as we lift. Breathing out. Sending down those roots. From the soles of your feet. Breathing in. So we are connected to the earth. Breathing out. And we can draw up the earth energy through our feet. Sinking, pause there at a comfortable depth for you. Hands onto the dantian, close your eyes. And relax. Tuning into your body. How does it feel today? Are there any areas you need to take care of? Are there any areas where you might be able to let go of some tension, a bit of holding? We've all got our own patterns. But perhaps you could let go of any tension in the low back, maybe the shoulders, maybe the face. Let it all soften. And let a smile spread across the brow, across the eyes, across your cheeks. Feeling relaxed and calm. Now lowering the arms, open your eyes, rounded. I'm going to go through the first few of the Duan Jin. Clasping your hands, breathing in, this is slow. Breathing out and stretch. Looking ahead, breathing in, sink, breathing out. In, out. If it's comfortable, look up. In, release, and out. Once more, controlling that breath, and stretch as much as you feel like. Release, and sink. Stepping out, a piercing arrow, straight legs, and now we're going to sink straight into horse riding stance. Draw back the bow, looking, release, open palm, shift your weight, ease up, rounded arms. We come to that position in between each move, stepping out. Sink, grab the bow. We've got the low arm palm that we are looking over. Release, open palm, easing up. Stepping out, breathing in and out. In, out. Once more. In and out. In and out. Back to that rounded posture. Single arm stretch. In and out. Soften. Pause. Breathing in. Notice we're going straight up and down. Out. Straight arms if you can. Breathing in. Soften. And out. Once more each side. Soften in and out. And lowering, and now pressing down. Turning the head, turning hands, press. Then we're going to look left and just roll the arms, palms up. Come back again and sink. Breathing in, turn and roll, breathing out. Releasing in and out. Focusing, relaxing. And last one, in and out. In and out, back to the rounded posture. And now we're going to step in and move to the final move, which is rising up to the peak. Lift your heels high as you like, down part way, and then drop. And we're after that little vibration that goes through the whole body, but it's controlled. Just a little drop 4 times. Really connecting the whole body and stimulating the Laogong point on the soles of the feet, the bubbling well, which is how we connect with the earth. Have a shake. All right, we're going to keep on moving. Give yourself room to swing your arms. Sink. Horse riding stance, whatever suits you. Start gently turning the hips and then gradually get a little bigger and take your head with you. Look behind. And keep it comfortable. We want a really smooth range of movement here. We're not pushing the boundaries. Just keep it feeling good. And now just turn that relaxed arms into a bit of a tap. Tapping around the waist with the backs of the hands and the palms. And then you can go down a little, down the hips. And then going up, down the front of the shoulder, chest, and the upper arms if you can comfortably reach there. And then relax, let them go, back to rest. Butterfly, flapping wings. Relax. Let your arms go a bit with gravity. Lift, relax. Lift, relax. Now turning for white crane. Center, other side. If you find yourself going in a different direction to me, doesn't matter. You can go whichever direction that you like. Once more to each side. Back to the center for butterfly. Stepping into close. Easing up. All right, step out, comfortable distance, roll your shoulders. Pop your arms by your sides. So if I go side on, so your hands roll around the sides of your thighs and just ensures nice upper body posture, actually. Roll backwards now. Really feel your shoulder blades rolling around your ribs. And now stretching down the ribs, press quite firmly all the way down the thigh, open up the opposite side. Yeah, just listen to your body. Only go as far as is comfortable. This side bending we don't tend to do very much in everyday life. We'll just go gently. Let's do once more for each side. Easing up and circle the pelvis. And you can do that as big or as small as you like. Round the other way. And then we're circling the hips onto one leg. Engage your core. Doesn't matter how high. So again, we're just going for quality of movement here. Smooth, lubricating the hips. And so crouch, sink and crouch and gently stretch. Just going to give you the side view there. Push your pelvis back. See if you can keep your knees roughly behind your toes. And stretch, keep it comfortable. Easing up. And sinking down again. Pop your hands wherever you like. Horse riding stance, or rather we're just going to pass through it. Let's do a little bit of weight shift. Again, waking up the legs, waking up the hips. And just take a moment to notice your posture. That you are upright and your body is just moving as a whole straight across, not tilting in any way. Let's just do a couple of steps. Lift that foot, put it down. How slowly can you do it? How much control can you use? Come back again. Sink your roots. Lift them up. Bring them with you. Lift. Sink. Gradually sink into your supporting leg. Again, sinking into that left leg before you pick up the right. Come back again. Stepping in, let's step forwards, bow stance. Pick up the foot slightly wide, step, same width as your own hips. Just adjust your back foot, make it comfortable. Toe up. Bend the back knee. And again, same theory as the sideways weight shift. Posture just remains completely upright. No tilting. Bring that foot back, step back. Oops, not too far. Adjust the front foot. Sitting back. Smooth and controlled. And stepping in. All right. Toe down, circle your ankles. And you can do that with your foot in the air, of course, if you prefer. Round the other way. And swap. And other way. Nice and loose. Clasp your hands gentle figure 8. And back the other direction. Squeeze, stretch. Gradually work your arms out. Flop, drop, circle. All right, stepping out, wobble. Get everything wobbling. Nice and loose, no tension. Stopping your bottom half, flap, albatross flap, in and out. And then up and down. And now let's flip to the wild goose, around. Big figure 8, or wherever you would like to fly. And a few good shakes. Get rid of any remaining tension. Okay. Grab a mouthful of water. If anyone has any questions or comments, you're welcome to ask now. We're going to move into the Daoyin 12 movement Qigong, which is the Chinese Health Qigong Association version. Lots and lots of versions of Daoyins out there, and we're doing the standardized one today, which is what we've been doing at Eltham on Friday mornings. So just a couple of reminders to the Eltham folk, and for those who haven't done it before, a few things to look out for. In this form, there's a lot of straight arms. We're used to the soft, rounded yang arms, straight, and also quite extended palms. So not your soft yang palms, but quite extended. We also do quite a lot of hooks. So rather than just your soft Tai Chi hook, work it. And this is all designed to stimulate the source acupoints around the wrist. So we've got a few of those, and not just in front, back there, which is, it's really easy to get a little soft and have that bent elbow. See what it feels like straight. So this is, we're not coming down from a snake creeps down here where we are a bit soft. No, it's fully straight. So have a play with that. Look out for that. We do the cross-legged sit. And notice I kindly did not do that exercise today as a warm-up that I made a mess of last time. With your cross-legged sit, give yourself a bit of space, sink. Keep your posture upright. There's no point bending. Just keep your posture upright, and you stop at whatever point your hips tell you to stop. So if you can go all the way down, well and good. But just keep those shoulders above your hips. Don't tilt. So we would be doing that in a couple of the moves. And move 2. The double fish hung on the wall. There's just an elegant little bit of hand work that let's just go through. Fingers on the palm point, on the pulse point rather, below the thumb. Again, we're stimulating acupressure points there, but we do a little pivot. This hand that's palm up is going to pivot around so the back of the hand faces the chest. Neat little bit, very elegant. Spin it round and notice that as you do, your fingers stimulate the acupressure point. Spin. Isn't that neat? Let's do it to the other side. That's the second move. From there, spin around, back of that hand faces in. So we've got, that's the right hand down, and then bring it up. Right back of hand is facing your chest. Let's do that once more. Yeah, so those of you who I can see, that looks good. So whenever you make a palm, a fist, whenever you make a fist, the idea is that, let's see, you curl your fingers in, and this middle finger, where it naturally presses in your palm, that is your Laogong point. And we want to stimulate that point because it does all sorts of good things. The most important of which is it helps relieve exhaustion. So that's good enough for me. That point is between the second and third metacarpals for those anatomically inclined, but it's generally where that middle finger naturally touches. Now, if your fingers have become a bit arthritic here and they're going in different directions, okay, it no longer applies. But that's what we're going for every time we make not a palm, a fist. Every time we make a fist. So we consciously squeeze on that point, middle finger, center of the palm. So wherever it gets to, don't try and force it. The other thing is when you make a fist, bring that thumb around and make that muscle work a bit. So a lot of us naturally just kind of forget about the thumb, might be up there or wherever, but in this case, just bring it around, make your thumbs work. Good exercise, good exercise. So that Laogong point, also called the translation is the Palace of Toil. I'm not sure how good that translation is, but I understand it's called that because you do lots of work with your hands. So that's the toiling. But it sounds a bit dramatic, doesn't it? So the fist, and each time you open your palms, we are then also opening that point. So you might consider a bit of a spread of the palms. So your hands and wrists will do a lot of work in this form. There's quite a lot of spinning. It's lovely. So let's hop into it. All right. Now there's also a poem that goes with it, which I'm going to read out. And that's the other thing at the very end, the final exercises with your tongue. So I'll just go through that now too, so that we can just flow. Red dragon stirs the sea. Your tongue is the red dragon, and stirring the sea is that you circle your tongue around your mouth 3 ways, 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other, and the idea is to stimulate saliva, and then you gulp. Very strongly gulp that saliva down, 3 gulps. I'll leave that there. There are reasons for that, but I'm not going to go into that. So all part of this form, which really is a very interesting form, and there's a lot of traditional Chinese medicine theory in this. Okay, feet together, hands on the dantian. Women, you've got your right hand under first, underneath. Men, you've got it the other way. That's a yin-yang thing. All right, just relax. Let's begin. I'm going to read this out. Dispel all thoughts in the deep night. Concentrate the mind on the dantian. Breathe slowly to build a magpie bridge. Let the body fly like a swallow in the clouds. And the magpie bridge is your tongue gently resting on the roof of your mouth, forming a bridge. Lower. Let's begin. The beginning of heaven's creation. Little sink, step out. Straight arms. Round, sink. Circle. Notice there's a bit of rolling in of the arms. Shift your weight. And they unwind and sink. Now we're stepping the other way. We are aiming for flow. Looking right or just at the screen. Sink. Now looking left. Shift. And easing up. Double fish hung on the wall. Now we're turning the left palm up. Fingers on the pulse points. Stepping to the corner, circle. Sit back. And now pivot that hand in. Step in. Slide. Outside hand goes up. And there's our lovely yin-yang symbol. And lower. Other side. We're turning right. And now come around and the right palm turns up. Step with the right foot forward. Feel your pulse. Pivoting around. Step in. Slide. That's an image of the double fish hung on the wall. and lower. Sink, old horse is stabled. Wide as you like, form fists, tuck them under your chin if you can. Now open and stretch up, straight arms, sink. Forming hooks, straight arms, straight behind, look left. Bring them around, release those hooks, straighten, snap, stretch, shift your weight, ease up. Other side, sink. Form those fists, forearms together if you can. Open, stretch, sink. Straight arms looking right. Bring them around. Snap your fingernails together. Stretch, shift, ease up. And now we're bringing fists to the waist for the next 3 moves, which we do twice each. Ji Chang, shoots a louse. Fingers up and then forwards. Form fists. Sit on your left leg, push the heel. We're going to draw the bow. Left arm is straight. Draw the right elbow back. Palms down. Unwind your right foot. Then shift weight. Ease up. Smooth and controlled. Lift and straighten. Fists. Now sit on the right leg. Push the left heel. Draw the bow back. Level with shoulder height, that is. Palms down. Bring them around. Adjust the foot. Ease up. And we're doing that again. Aim to just keep flowing. As we draw the bow, don't hold it. Sit on the leg, turn. Draw the bow. As soon as your elbow's in place, release the palms. Adjust. And none of the postures we hold, we keep on flowing. Last one, lift. Sit, push the heel. Ah, that looks wonderful. Draw the bow, palms down, sweeping back, adjust the foot, and ease up. Back to the waist, bending the body to brush the shoes. Turn, straight arm here. If it's comfortable, right over your head. Otherwise, just shortcut as you need. Draw it down. Press against your hip and then run your hand all the way down the leg. Across your feet if you get there. Circle the palm to face the front, form a fist, and slowly rise. You don't want to rise too quickly. Give your blood pressure time to adjust. Circling, looking up. Now follow that hand down. Press against the hip. Draw in your core muscles. Support your back. Across, so it doesn't matter whether you get to your feet or not. Keep the stretch comfortable. Form a fist. Slowly rise. Keep breathing. Let's do that again. Lower. Notice this spiraling of the arm as it turns, palm up. We've got rotation of the whole body from the feet all the way up. Press. And we're stimulating all these acupressure meridians down the leg, side of the foot, across. And of course, the center of the palm as we lift. Spiral the arm. Lower. press quite firmly across, circle, and lifting. Moving on, I'm going to move over, sinking, pressing back. This is the rhinoceros, turning to gaze at the moon, just to the corner, palms up, roll the arms, lower the elbows, shift your weight. This footwork, very similar to that first one we did. Palms down, ease up, sink, empty foot step. Don't shift your weight yet, now shift. And then notice there's a bit of flexion at the wrist, flash your palms, lower the arms, roll them up. Reasonably straight arms here too, turn them down. And we're doing that again. Sinking, empty foot, solid foot. Turn, looking up gently. Lower, unwind the arms, adjust the foot. Make sure you're not holding that posture. Sinking, shifting. Turn, nice upright posture here. Lower. Turn the palms. Easing up. Lotus flower appears above the water. Here comes one of the cross-legged sits. Flick. And now palms up, stretch, enjoy that stretch. Palms down, tuck your foot behind, and we are making the roots, twisted roots of the lotus flower. Bring the heels of hands together. Here's the flower rising up, opening, shift your weight, easing up. Little sink, roll in. And just remember with that crouch, you don't have to go far. It's got to suit your body, no one else's. Palms down, fists. Tuck your foot behind. Twisted roots. Bring them together. And lift. Stretching up. Shifting your weight. Ease up. All right. Golden rooster heralds the dawn, making hooks, straight arms, and lift your heels. We're looking left, and now release the hooks, sink. Here comes a lovely balance, hooks going forwards, foot goes back. Make your back extensors work. And lower, looking the other way, lift your heels. Ah, beautiful. And lower. I'm just going to give you the side view here. Form your hooks. Again, only lift as far as is comfortable. And lower. Now we've got another crouch. Lift. This is the wild geese. Landing on the beach. Sink. Stretch out your wings, bring them in. And we're going down again, sink. Which looks absolutely wonderful. We do look like a flock of geese on the beach. You can imagine the beach part. Other side, lifting. Draw in your wings. Sink and stretch. Lift, sink your elbows, stretch, lifting, and lower. Running your hands up the side, This is the white crane flies high in the sky. Turn the palms, we're lifting the heels. Just, sorry, I know my palms disappear, palms out, and then slowly lower. And the other part of that is lift your toes, lift them to the top of your shoes as we run the hands up. Now sink, open forwards. Turn, lift the heels, flashing the palms. And slowly see how much control you can have lowering those heels. Phoenix salutes the people. Just a gentle turn to the corner. Turn the palms, straight arms, form hooks. Sit back, cross, open, stretch, and lower. Gentle turn to the right, circle around, and the arms end up palmed up. Then deliberately turn down, stretch. Sit back, bring the hands around, cross, open. Easing up. Qi and breath return to the origin. Origin being the dantian. Draw it in. Breathing in and out. Keeping your legs straight this time. Hands onto the dantian. Let's circle around once more. And now closing your eyes while the red dragon stirs the sea. So have a go at that tongue movement. Got 3 times one way, 3 times the other, 3 gulps. And when you're ready, lowering your hands and relax. Have a shake. Well done. Well done, folks. So what I could peek at, that looked lovely. So any questions, you're welcome to ask now. Have a drink of water. I'm going to go through some self-massage now. Motivation for doing this is in part the form we've just done, because it's very focused on the health benefits, but also because we're in lockdown, and if I'm sure some of you are like me and you've had your physio appointments cancelled, you might be feeling a bit stiff and sore and have to attend to a few things yourself. So drawing on my former profession as a massage therapist, thought we'd go through a few things. Grab yourself your chair if you like, or standing up's fine. Yes. I actually brought a few tools to show you, but of course I didn't bring the one tool that I could see a couple of you using. Your sticks, your bungs, yes. So what I'm going to do is just with hands, but a ball, that is your friend. This sort of thing, that is also fantastic for getting into some more precise points, that sort of thing, right down your back. That, fantastic for hips and legs. All right, let's go through a few. And just starting off with those points that we did, what we've got here, use your thumb. Gentle circles around the base of the thumb, so that's the Daoyin point, and please excuse my pronunciation here. Into the middle, that's your Daoyin. And on the other side is your Shunmen. So the 3 meridians we've got there are lung going up the thumb side, pericardium in the middle, and the heart on the other side. Little circles round your wrist, go back and forth, and swapping sides. These are called source points because they stimulate the whole meridian, and that meridian is associated with the relevant organ, and you work on these points and helps the well-being, the functioning of those organs. So there's always a reason. It's interesting, all that traditional Chinese medicine stuff. So around the wrists, which may well feel really good if you've been using your secateurs a bit, Lao Gong. So that's what we've stimulated quite a bit. You can use your thumb or you can use your Phoenix Eye fist, a knuckle and circle in there. The other thing you can do is actually use the knuckles and roll up and down your palm. So you don't have to be super precise. You're going to get that point if you do an area bigger than that point. But I actually really like using knuckles. They reduce, they just limit the amount of tiredness that you're going to get in your muscles when you massage yourself, because that will often be the limiting factor. So working in there, that's always good to stimulate. And then one of the moves we did there, that one where we run the hands up the side, is stimulating in here, the Hegu. Again, excuse my pronunciation, large intestine 4. That is just almost guaranteed to be tender on everyone. If you do want to find it reasonably precisely, get the line of the joint there, put it on the webbing, and angle it in towards your finger. Where it reaches there, that's the point. And then you can grab it on the back and squeeze. You will know when you get that spot. It could be most unpleasant. If you hit any of these points and they're really tender, just note it and go gently, and you might like to go back to it after the class. This one is good for a press release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And we are gently stretching the muscle tissues, but we're also squeezing out all the fluids, stagnation, and then allowing fluids to come back in again. The good oxygenated fluids. Squeeze. So swap over if you haven't already. And just, you might like to go around in circles. Only thing with squeezing is just be mindful of your thumb. So not all of our thumbs work terribly well anymore. You can also use your knuckle. You might want to anchor it and push it against your knee if you can't squeeze. So it's one reason why I like to use techniques that don't actually always use the thumb. So knuckles are good. That's your large intestine 4. Let's move up the arm. We've got this wonderful point called the 3 mile point. We've got 2 of them. There's one in the arm and there's one in the legs. And if you stimulate those, you can walk 3 miles more. And I love the idea of that. 3 fingers, pretty rough. 3 fingers sort of from your elbow, and it's about where that 3rd finger is. I generally know I get it because that middle finger starts twitching. It's tender. It's typically very tender in there. If it's not for you, don't worry about it. Doesn't mean you've got the wrong spot. Couple of fingers round in circles. I'm anchoring with my thumb underneath, or you can squeeze, release. Don't hurt yourself. We want to stimulate, relax, flush out. We don't want to aggravate. So just go gently there. Again, if you've been on the secateurs, there's a reason why I'm using that as an example. You'll feel those spots, and yeah, being being an ex-massage therapist, my forearms are a bit of a mess. I trashed them. Give it a good rub, whatever feels good. So that's our 3 mile arm point. Working up, shoulder. Shosanli is what that one's called, Shosanli. Jianyu, up here on the shoulder. It's a little bit, it's kind of just below the bony bit. And again, don't worry if you're not too precise. Couple of fingers round in circles. Just feels good. I think finger circling is quite nice there. You do not need a lot of pressure up there unless you are super muscular. But just little circles. And one of my favourite points, gallbladder 21, right here. Remember, elephant curls its trunk. That's what we put the fingers onto, is gallbladder 21, which is also called, what's its name? The shoulder well, or Duan Jin. So I quite like a hook for this one, and go around in circles or go back and forth. But if you support all of your fingers and your thumbs around there, you might also like to use your fingertips, but it just winds up your forearm a bit. That is really nice. You can do that. You can do that for many minutes, as long as this arm can cope. Just swap over. I can't do it for too long in any one hit. And you might be thinking, golly, I'm a bit tight. So come back to it later, give it another go. So notice I'm using one arm to go to the opposite side, just so we can try to relax it. But you might also like to squeeze doing that. So even though those muscles are somewhat active, sink your thumbs in, grab some flesh behind, and kind of squeeze and roll. So that might work for you. Again, you need your thumbs working for that one. And then another one which you might like, again, go back to the hook, anchor, and then stretch. And go gently. We're anchoring one side of the muscle, and that muscle runs straight up your neck. So just go gently there. But I really like that one. Now, if you do happen to have a tool on hand, you can use that instead of your fingers. You can anchor. So that is a really nice one to work on as often as you like. Moving up, the name of this one's called Peaceful Sleep. So that's worth remembering. Mastoid process behind your ear. That's the lumpy bone there. Come around, and just inside here, we are circling. You might find that's a bit tender too. I tend to use 2 fingers supporting each other. There. Little circles. Do it before bedtime. That is meant to help with sleep. So that's actually a really nice one. And what I do often like to do is then you just do your little circles the whole way in. But that point out there is the main one we're focusing on there. All right. Give your arms a shake. And we're just going to move down a little. I'm not going to get through everything. Tap your chest. Up here, that's your yin tang. That's your upper dantian. Give it a little tap. Here, that is your middle dantian. Give that a bit of a tap. Right in the middle of your sternum. Talk while you're doing it, that's fun. Come around here. Da bow. The point where we came up here and pivoted That is your Da Bao. Those of you who have done the Ma Wang Doi, that's the one that we press in between your ribs. Give it a rub. Again, you might find that is really tender. Back of your fingers this time, and put your thumbs there to support them. Good spot for some referred pain too. That one. Come on down. Knuckles in the low back. What we're aiming for here is your Mingmen, which is the back of your Dantian. So Dantian is right in the center of your body. Of course, it's actually not right at the front. It's in the very center. Just that we tend to focus there. There's an outlet there. And the Mingmen, that's your outlet at the back. Give it a rub. So I've got my thumbs either side of the spinous process there, just rubbing up and down. And what you might like to also do is just stretch a little. Go gently. Now, if you stretch back like that, keep your head looking forward. Don't let your head go backwards. All right, and let's work down. Knuckles again in the hips. So that, if you're going to work on the left side, you stand on the right hip or sit, but it's actually a little easier to stand. So put your weight on one hip, circle, weight on the other, circle. These are all your balancing muscles. I'm starting to go a bit quicker now. I'm just looking at the time, goodness me. Come around right into your glutes. And again, knuckle is quite good. Circle. Come on one leg and do one side. So if I'm doing the left, I want to stand on the right leg, unweight it. Other side. You'll work in there. Yep, that one's tender too. That point, I forget what that one's called. I've got all these written down, so if anyone's interested, I can send it out. All right, and let's come down to the leg 3 mile point. If I grab around here, you put your fingers underneath the kneecap, about, I think it's 3 fingers, right in the top, and that muscle running down the front there. That's your tibialis anterior. It's a muscle that lifts your toes. So if you put your fingers there and you lift your toes, you'll feel the muscle lift up. Now relax and give it a little circle. Leg 3 mile point. Again, you might like to use your knuckles. This is quite a tough muscle, that one. Use your muscles, using knuckles, and might like to roll. Go around and then also tap. Tapping is quite good there. And other side. Again, don't worry if you're not sure if you've got it or not. Move around a bit and you'll get it. You'll get it. So it's not like we're using needles where you do need to be precise here. You can really move around a little bit. Give it a rub. Give it a tap. Right. What I'm just going to do is finish off with the face, but I'm going to do that at the end. Come up again. I'm just going to finish with a little bit of breathing, and then before we do our final salute, just do a little bit more around the face. Okay. Sinking. Comfortable stance. Palms up, gathering, breathing in. Palms together, breathing out, sink. Lifting, breathing in and out. And again. Breathe down to your belly. Let it all out. Lifting sink. Bring your hands to the dantian, close your eyes and settle. Let your energy sink down. Feel the soles of your feet spread and open and connect with the earth. Let that bubbling well open. Now separate the hands. Now let those Laogong points open, spread your palms and press down to the earth. Breathe. Turn the palms in, embracing the earth. The earth needs our love at the moment. And now turning the palms up, supporting the heavens, the universe, the sky. Palms open. Bring it back to the dantian and ease up. All right. With your hands, rub. And using whichever finger you like, I quite like the little finger. Press on the inside of the eyebrows, move to the middle, move to the outside. Do that again, inside. Points can be quite tender again, middle and out. Just once more. Now circling the temples, just using the tips of your fingers, both directions. Now circling down the jaw. And there's a place where a lot of us hold a lot of tension, and that is a good spot to also use the knuckles. I'm going to disrupt my AirPods if I do that, but you can use your knuckles going around in circles there. And now work your way around the back of the neck. Just going up, really relaxing. Around the front, we are tapping front down to the back, a little wider, and let's do that again. Squeezing the ears, top, 5 squeezes, top to bottom, and again. And back to the dantian and circle. Now you can push in with a bit of pressure if that feels good. And around the other way. Round the waist. And give it a good tap. With your back, gentle rub. And then tapping. Palms up. So we are going in the direction of the meridians here, and now palm down. Same with the tapping. Turn the palm up and down. Other side. Turn palm. And a good shake. And throw away any remaining tension. And now the legs. Sweeping down hips down to heels. Again, that is the direction of the meridians. And then up the front, the inside of the legs. And tapping down the back, up the front. All right, I think that might do us today. Thank you all. Well done. I hope you all feel wonderful, energized, relaxed, and hopefully a little more, I don't know, buoyant, uplifted, positive. All right, thanks everyone. Pop on for a chat if you like. Good-o. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Suzette. I
Thanks,
enjoyed the
Suzette.
Daoyin.